Hi there, welcome to the second video part 2 for today's lessons, and I'm going to continue what I left earlier. I'm going to continue with the 4 chapters of the plugin outsource ebook, and for the 4th chapters is the prepare mockup. Prepare mockup basically what you're going to do, or what is your concept making up the plugin. You must prepare the illustrate so that the programmer can understand what interface do you want to use. And by doing this, you can use either Photoshop or using Paint. But I strongly recommend you to use Photoshop, because Photoshop is much more advanced program, much more advanced software, and a lot can be done with Photoshop. But Photoshop costs you a little bit of money to start, and if you don't have that kind of budget, you can always go with the basic Paint. And in Paint you can use the basic square and can import some button, and I think that's all is okay for your programmer to understand. And if you need some more graphic, you can copy paste the screenshot from the WordPress itself and use some of the features to arrange it and look at it like the full interface if you want to use it. And other than that, you can use Excel. In Excel, make full use of the tables and the labels. You can create really good interface with that. Just make sure that your programmer understand it. Even you cannot give them the source code for the graphic, or you cannot design the graphic itself, your programmer can make it done. And that's all for the mockup. We're gonna go for the outsource part. And if you can create the plugin yourself, I want to congratulate you, because you just saved the trouble for outsource. But for most of them who want to create a plugin, they do not know how to do the program by themselves. So I really strongly advise them to go outsource all the work. And the first one is to search for the programmers. To search for programmers, you can use the outsource platform, that is vworker.com or Odesk, Elance, or Guru.com. I preferly use Odesk, and I've done more plugins before, and I've used Odesk more fluently. More recently, I use Odesk much more rather than the other platform, because I really like the interface of the Odesk. Although there are some disadvantages of using the Odesk, but I managed to overcome it, and I think Odesk is really a good and wonderful platform for you to outsource. Then we're gonna go to define your best programmer. After you have posted your job in the platform, you're gonna wait for the programmer to bid on your project. You will get lots of bid, and most of them are not from your country. Most of them may be from India, Pakistan, Philippines, or at the east of the world. And there is no problem at all, although you may have some language problems, but I think it can be done, because most of them know the basic English, and there are many ways for them to understand you. And you also can use something like translator for them to understand what you want to do. If you cannot tell them by words, you can create a PDF files and put some illustration in there, or we say some mind map in there, so that they can understand. Okay, now define your best programmer. When the programmer bid on your project, there are persons who work alone, or the company who work really on the cool and lots of project. And which one is better, the personal programmer or the company one? I prefer the personals because I made deal with them before, and I do find that there is a bit risky, but it's nothing like that if you understand them and if you do this project more than 5 times or something like that. And what is the advantage of the personal programmer? Because I really like them because they are easy to reach, and also they are less expensive, and you can get an immediate response. I do have some problem when I outsource a plugin to them few months ago, I think, and I test out the plugin and I do manage to find some bug in there, and I contact my programmer, and you see, maybe not even 1 hour after that, the programmer responds to me. It is a pretty immediate response, and I've got my problem fixed really fast, and I think the personal programmer really put their heart into their jobs. Also, but the disadvantage is the risky part of it. You are risky to lose your project. The programmer, yeah, because they live on the outside of the world, the other side of the world, the legal document did not work there, and even if you manage them to sign your legal documents, the law are not applicable there, and you can't do nothing. So the personal programmer that I meet and that I work with, none of them try to steal my work, but you will see some programmer who keep scamming people and who keep stealing ideas, but I'm assure you that is not a problem at all. If they did steal your idea, they can't market and they can't sell the plugin like you did. Okay, then the next part is the company programmer. The company is a little bit expensive, but they have a lot of expertise. See the company they from, and they have many programmers in there, and each one has their own expertise. And if they manage to work together, there's nothing that can't be done, and your plugin will work great. I think that's all for the part 2 of the lessons. We're gonna continue, or we're gonna go to the next part, the next chapter in the next video. Thank you.